Day 3 here in Brazil. Airton Cozzolino lost in the single elimination final against Camille Delannoy, so that means he's had to go through powerhouse man James Carew from Australia. Now he's up against Camille Delannoy. He's going to have to beat Camille twice on his home spot with his home crowd behind him. Let's see how he does this and tune into the final right now.
Here we are coming up to the final, and here I'm delighted to be able to bring this to you. I'm Jim Gorn, editor of Kite World magazine, press manager for the GKA. Airton, bang, there he goes. Alongside me, Josie Astula, ex-PKA pro rider and GKA tour manager. Joe, set the scene for us. Camille, fresh onto the water. Airton already warmed up and has already delivered us an absolute clinic, reaching nearly 50 points in his last semi-final heat against James Carew.
These boys, this is the battle. This is what we've been waiting for. Airton is going incredibly, really high. Also, Camille starting off not quite a smooth landing in the first trick, but you know, local wonder kid has been riding impressively throughout the whole event. There you go, control, collected, very nice floating back roll grab there from the Frenchman.
Yeah, he was doing those all day long yesterday to get himself through to the final. Barely made a mistake on those big back rolls. Very used to the strong and stable winds that we have here, which just make that back roll look so good, nice and floaty. But he only has to beat Airton once. Airton has to beat him twice in order to claim the event win. We've just seen Carla manage to beat Yalu, forcing a super final, which will come after this. Can Airton Cozzolino do the same? Can he keep the party going? Can he bring us more action? Already up to 14.27. Here he goes.
Oh, looping it and solid. He has his confidence back, Airton. This is different from what we saw to him in the single elimination, but Camille isn't going to make it easy for him. That is an awesome back roll, shove it into a rodeo. This kid, he has so much talent, so young. One of the main F1 riders here, together with Mito Monteiro. So much style, so much experience at such a young age. He's going to be doing huge things for us in the tour years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Back roll with a tic-tac into the rodeo.
Very nice.
Fairly standard trick for Airton, but it's safely in the bag. So pleased that we got to come to Brazil for this event. 25 to 30 knots, most riders say, is perfect for strapless freestyle. Allows them to go big, but also experiment with board maneuvers. Not so windy that everything becomes difficult, so it's a great match. And obviously the stable wins here. Mito Monteiro calls this place a gym for kite surfing. So let's see how many maneuvers these guys can pull out in the final. It was huge in the semi. Airton Cozzolino have just come through against James Carew. Here he comes, just messaging something on the beach.
Looking at it, obviously it has a caddy there, a second thing. Nice air reverse. That's insane how he just twists his body like that and lands with so much speed. You can see he has the guys on the beach making sure what the point difference is, how it's going. Look at him, he's going with full speed. This is going to be big. Back roll, rodeo, flip, perfect landing. Airton is on a roll. This is what I like to see. And there you go, Mr. Delannoy. Nice shove it back roll, huge answering back. Both of these riders are firing.
Come on, Camille, that was great. Just holding it. He's holding it together well. There is a lot of pressure on him as the winner of the single elimination. This is his home spot. Found himself on his first podium in 2.5 years yesterday, riding on a high, but he is going to have to be on his star game, I would say, against Airton Cozzolino. Just had a little look there over his shoulder to see what Airton was doing. Refocused on his own game, goes into a back roll with a tic-tac, gets it underneath.
Oh, just missing the landing. I'm pretty sure he missed the landing on that one. Very nice back roll, tic-tac from Camille, but just not quite landing over the front edge. And Airton seemed to be coming in like a ton of bricks there. There we go, back roll, rodeo, kite loop. Nice little transition. Landing nice and smooth. This is where Airton starts to be dangerous. He starts landing and a front shove it. This is where you start to see Cozzolino going at it. Just trick after trick, move after move, starting to get that rhythm, get that flow. But I know Mr. Delannoy is not going to make it easy for him. Very nice back roll tic-tac there, Jim.
Yeah, he's standing up to the blows well. Airton just rapid punches all the time, isn't he? Just blow after blow. And what a range. I mean, he is the guy, he's pretty much the only guy who can hit all 6 trick families, and we generally see it in every heat. We haven't seen the 3-1-3 yet. And what I enjoyed last time when he came in, it looked like he was just having a chat with someone on the beach and then popped into the super nice, he does this kind of back roll into the wind, but it's a powered back flat 3, isn't it? And then carried on his conversation at the same time. Here we go.
And he's going to land that. Oh, unfortunately got caught up on the chop. Really big kite loop there from Airton Cozzolino. And let's see if we can get the camera back on Camille. He's going out, looking for the chop. 1, 2. Is he landing on top of the board by almost? Yeah, Camille knows. I mean, you know, Airton has the handle passes over Camille, but Camille has that dreaded triple front loop in his arsenal. He's been landing it in a few heats here. It's what gave him the win before. He knows going against the top seed rider like Airton Cozzolino, he's going to pull out all the guns.
Absolutely.
And this is what he's doing here in this final.
Absolutely. It has killed off Airton Cozzolino unbelievably twice already, that maneuver, the triple front. For some reason, it's not a direction that he's gone, but Camille needs to be a bit closer before pulling the trigger on that. It will bring him up closer, but also almost at a whopping 50 points Airton Cozzolino already. Camille with lots to do. Nice kicker shaping up here. Is he going to use it?
I think he's waiting for Airton on the top right-hand corner. Looked like Airton was going for something. There is a gentleman's agreement here. Each of them are going to turn. 1, 2. Huge double front roll there from Camille. That's it in the bag. Airton has hit the 3-1-3. Look at the smile. Look at the smile. I know that smile. He's happy. He's amped. He's firing. He's hungry.
Absolutely loves the feeling of that trick, doesn't he? When you catch him on the beach just after he's done that, I mean, I've never seen him froth as much. He loves going big. He loves riding huge waves. But when he blurs the lines between the two disciplines like that and lands a cutting-edge wake-style trick as if in boots, I think he just likes everybody seeing that.
It's insane. That's a 21-point difference. I mean, I bet his father, Libodo, is watching this and can be proud. Very nice back roll. Inverted by Camille. This isn't over. This is not over. Camille knows what he has to do. Has to get maybe 3 big moves, 3 7 moves. He's fully capable of doing it. There's the boogie loop. Look how big that was. No, does he come out of that?
Oh! Oh my God.
That's insane. And that will count the risk factor in that move. The judges will count that. It has a big butt check, but that will be counted.
Joe, let me just tell you, I don't know what he's going to get for that boogie loop. For the front side 360, the shifty 3, he got a 9.43.
Oh.
That's how difficult that trick is
insane.
and how much risk and power is. 9.43.
No, that's an amazing
Shades away
move.
from perfection.
No, both of these guys are going out. I mean, look at that score. 45.26 against 59.63. Both of them riding super well. And I know Camille, he needs 2 7-point moves here. That's what he's going to be aiming for. So I'm guaranteeing he's probably going to be going for shove it and maybe that triple front loop. That's the only thing that can get him past that family of the handle passes done by Airton.
Exactly.
He's ready. He's looping. He's...
But let's just work out that almost 60 points from Airton has come from 8 tricks. Camille broken the 50-point mark. The only riders to have done it so far. What a final. Camille doing everything he can.
Tic-tac with the flip. That's another big score by Airton there.
This is triple front roll territory now. Come on.
Do or die. Camille knows this. 1 front loop, 1 foot. Last minute. So Camille, you can see, here you go. Camille is coming back to the shore. He knows he's got a nice score there with that front loop 1 foot, which increase it probably to maybe 53 points. He's going to go out and try and hit that triple front roll. It's do or die time here.
Yeah, he does it on the tack on the way out. He won't be doing it on the inside. He'll just be getting some pump up from the crowd.
1, 2, spin around, land it. Insane.
Now, not every single trick that Airton's landing is going to be making a difference to his overall score now. It's the top 8 trick. Nah, not quite with the board with him there. It looks like this might be going to a second final as we stand, but there's only 3 points in there. If Airton lands this, will make a difference.
60-point force hit. He's broken the 60-point mark. Let's see if Camille gets back to his board. If I was Camille and I got back to my board, I'd just be going straight out. No, that's a little bit too far away, unfortunately. Okay, so that looks, it's going to be a second super final. Scores still have to be confirmed, but by our screen at the moment, we know they have to validate the last moves, but isn't that amazing? I mean, Camille Delannoy, 57.19 and loses the heat. That just shows how impressive that 60.45 from Airton was. Both of these riders going absolutely to the moon on every single move, controlling the land. Is the 3-1-3 from Airton, the double front roll from Camille. We could be talking here for hours with this highlight reel.
so many times in sports, it's the semi-finals and quarter-finals that seem to reach their peak, but here in Prea, the winds are carrying on pumping. These two guys want the victory more than anything. Airton looking for revenge. Looks like he might have got revenge for the loss yesterday, but they're going to have to do it again if Airton has won. Camille making some really, really nice landings. Has barely put a foot wrong all competition. Managed to beat Airton yesterday, only the 3rd time that has ever happened, but Airton looks right on form here.
Look at how he spins underneath that bar and putting the board against the wind. And there, that rodeo flip. The kite control Airton has, it's insane. He has a 6th sense, and I mean, Camille, hat off to him. 57, he's only 3 points away from one of the best heats we've seen from Airton. He can be proud of himself, and this isn't over.
No.
We still have, unless the scoring changes for us, we will still have the super duper final coming up next.
That is the new name for it. And fittingly, it must be coming up to beer o'clock. Wherever you are, grab a can and get yourself back here for the final if we have another one. But we do have the women's rerun of the final coming up as well. There was a double. Could he have turned it into a triple? Would that have sealed the deal for him already if he had? Double front roll, still a big scoring trick. But here we go. Just watch this. Just watch this.
Boom. That is textbook, and the smile at the end just says it all. And Camille Delannoy riding so well, and Airton as well. Both of these guys pushing the envelope. Insane. And there's the boogie loop. Upside down, looping underneath. Holds it until the end. The amount of power, determination to get into that trick is amazing.
Did you see how much he was pulling? I reckon that kite did 2 loops just to keep his momentum going, to get his butt check so he could get back on the board. He was just constantly pulling on the end of the bar as he was lying flat on the water. You've seen him do that. He loops it like 3 times just to that's how you stay on your board, everybody. This is the 2nd time these guys have met in the last 15 minutes. Airton Cozzolino did what he had to do. He beat single elimination winner Camille Delannoy and has forced a super final. And man, are we pleased about that. The last one was insane, Joe.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, Airton's going over 60 points, and now Camille Delannoy 57, 3 points in between these guys, and seeing what happened. Amazing from both of them, and now less than 1 minute away from the super final between Camille Delannoy on F1 and Airton Cozzolino on duotone. This is what strapless freestyle is about, Jim.
Here we go. Let's get some atmosphere from the beach. This is what the competitors are seeing when they come in. Looks like someone there with Airton's spare kite.
Green flag, bring it on. I'm excited.
All right, pull up your chairs, boys and girls. Here we go. This is strapless freestyle demonstration at an A-grade style. Camille Delannoy not quite making that landing. Stick with us, it's coming.
It's coming. Airton eyeing him down, making sure that he has space, because obviously Airton takes off here, lands in Jerry. Bang! Big back roll. Smooth landing, making sure that Camille saw that, really controlled. Yeah, both of these boys, I mean, they want it. This is a super fine. I mean, these are the moments that, as a competitor, this is what you want. This is what you live for.
Exactly. It's the reason they have followed this tour. Both riders followed this tour. Camille Delannoy, just under 3 years, but Airton has done every single event. He's the current world champion.
Oh, how did he land that? How did he land that? Do you see how he got that board underneath his feet?
This is what we were saying. A lot of people credit Airton with being the most adept kite handler in the game. Whatever code of kiteboarding you do, looks like Yellow's won.
We have a winner. Jalou Langare is the winner. That is, congratulations, Jalou. Amazing work from here, and we're going to be celebrating that right after we continue with the final on the water.
Party time in Holland, party time here in Prea as Camille comes down.
Oh,
nice.
Big move from the Frenchman.
Well done, Camille. He's got to keep the heat up against Airton, because when Airton's riding on a high, he's had 2 amazing heat wins already. Unstoppable.
Oh, mate, we're gonna need a glass of water and a beer after this. It's move after move, name after name. 14.5 for Camille. Camille is in front of Airton at the moment. We're still probably waiting for that kite loop to come in. Keeping it busy. This is what he wants to do. He wants to keep the pressure on Airton, making sure that he keeps Airton busy so that he doesn't get too much of a lead, because Airton is on a roll, is a snowball with destruction.
Yeah, exactly. Just Camille just doing a nice tic-tac at the top of that back roll. But With the slight change in format that we've had, usually it's an open format. Riders can trick wherever they want, as much as they want. But with this new live stream, we're looking for quality over quantity. We need a little bit more order in the heat. So it's one trick per tack, and it has worked because we've had a real show. But Airton has it within him to do 5 tricks in one tack from every kite family and destroy someone within a minute, but he's not able to do that. And it is playing well for Camille, who is a super smooth rider, going up for the back roll into the tic-tac.
That was quality. You can see landing switch times. Looking at the landing, he had that board under control at the top of the move, came down, and Airton going huge tic-tac, flip. Look at the kite control. He gets that loop underneath him, puts that board. That is one of the hardest maneuvers in strapless freestyles today.
It's aerial acrobatics, isn't it, at the minute?
This is amazing. I mean, I can imagine the guys from Cirque du Soleil watching this and going, how is he doing that?
Anyone in any sport or any activity watches Airton Cozzolino, generally with their jaw on the floor, and I'm so glad that he's back on form for this final. 1, 2,
boom, straight in the face of Cozzolino. Let's see how he answers back.
Okay, great for Camille to get the double locked in early on. Means he can focus on the triple, knowing that he's got the double score locked in. Not something that we see Airton do that much of, front roll variations, but he has a boogie leap within him as well, which generally outscores a double. Here we go.
Double back loop, Rodeo. This is amazing. I honestly, it looks like he's going to come down like a ton of bricks and then graciously as a cat lands on his feet.
It's the kite control, you know. He has such good Wi-Fi connection with his kite that he knows exactly where it is. It's almost like it's plugged into his bloodstream, and he just manages to, honestly, just control it in such a formidable way. It's unbelievable.
Nice little front loop, 1 foot there from Camille. This is close,
Camille's
both for the riders. Joe. Yeah, very. Oh, Airton missing the front shove it. So that is, I think that's the first move we've seen Airton miss in the whole of the heat.
Certainly in a long time. He didn't miss many in the last one, which is why he ended up with over 50 points. Both riders over 50 points in the last heat. So you can see there's plenty more to come here. 34.92 for Camille. That's not a bad lead. I mean, Ayrton's getting 8.92 into the 9s for some of his tricks for the 3-1-3. So we would expect him to catch. But
loop.
Camille.
That is amazing. I really like how he extends, looks over his shoulder, extends his feet up, points his toes to the sky, comes around, says hi to the crowd, lands clean in his hometown.
Absolute credits to Camille. He's maintained consistency from the first heat of this competition and never faltered, never changed his rhythm, gone big, technical, had power, done a trick every single tack. Really, really impressive to watch. If he wins, he deserves it. Whichever of these riders comes out on top absolutely deserves it.
Huge. Oh, Airton. Head over heels, got quite a far way from his board there. It's going to take him at least a minute or 30 seconds to get back. Camille, this is the moment. This is the advantage. Nice back row, hitting the chop. He doesn't want to be doing this right now. It's an opportunity. As Airton in the water, got back to his board like a fast shark. He is going in for the kill.
It's all happening on screen, and it's all happening in the top left corner. Just as Camille took off, Ayrton's score updated, bringing him half a point away. Camille didn't quite make the landing, but looks like another score registered for him. He's gone ahead again by 4 points. 4 points is nothing to these guys. It's one trick away.
Ayrton's coming in. He's going to be doing a move here on the inside. He was mentioning to the people on the beach. There we go. He's taken off. It's handle pass time. You can see. Does he get it? He misses it. He had it landed. Doesn't matter. He can land with or without the bar in his hand. Upside down handstanding. But unfortunately, that doesn't count.
Yeah, certainly not the 9 that he got for it last time. But you could see how easily he's got it within the bag in perfect conditions. But the front roll shove it, there's a heat winning score if ever there was one in most heats. We're going to see those scores updated. Camille has just broken the 50-point barrier. Only these two riders have done this in the competition. So
let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Going out with speed, hitting the chop, going up, shove it underneath himself, controlling, looping the kite, holding it by the skin of his teeth. That front shove it from Airton must have been in the 7-point range, because he's gone yet 7.4 range. Very impressive shove it there from Airton. Amazing riding. He just came in and out of that with so much power and flow.
Yeah, it looks to me like we're down into the last 3 minutes. Here goes the... Oh, he's just not finding the takeoff.
He knows he knows how close it is. He knows the move. He's going, all right, I'm going to try this one more time. If not, give me that other kite and I'm going to the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. Send it, City. Here we go. We are into the last couple of minutes. So I reckon he's got one tack out, one tack in, and then possibly a kite change, and then we'll see. But anyway, he's going for a kite loop with a little Superman. Is he going to land it? He's not. This is playing into Camille's hands. If he lands this...
Oh, there you go. He's already 11 points ahead of Airton. He's going to have an increase on that score because that was a, if I'm not mistaken, that was a front loop rodeo kite loop, very high, really good control by the Frenchman, a local here from Prea. He knows he has an advantage, but Camille, it's not over until the buzzer, mate. You're up against the best of the world.
Yeah, Airton Cozzolino has only been beaten 3 times in strapless freestyle competition. Here he goes, a 3-1-3. This one looks good.
It is quality, but even though Airton has landed that, he still needs one more move because that is 46 to 57. So Camille has an 11-point lead over him. That must be close to 9.5 on that handle pass. That was amazing.
Joe, I just want to mention something there. When he came, he hasn't made that one, but when he came down from that 3-1-3, unhooked, did you see he looked over his shoulder, talked to the crowd at the same time as he was bottom turning into the wave?
It's just,
if we can get that on the replay on that trick to just extend from a bit, I'm not sure we'll be able to, but that just from kite surfing joy, that was good for me.
Insane. I mean, here you go. Look, Camille was intelligent in this heat. He had a big enough lead on Airton that even with that amazing 3-1-3, he is still in the lead, not by far. Airton is looking for that kite loop, not quite getting it. Camille is winning by the skin of his teeth there. Oh! That's it. I think we have to, I'm not even going to say it because if I could, I'd want these guys to go and run it again. But on our screen, as we stand, it looks like Mr. Delannoy, 57.85 against Airton Cozzolino, 56.54. Let's just double check that everything's there.
13 points there.
Amazing.
From 13, from 16 tricks. The average in that heat was very, very good, over the 7s into the 8s.
I could talk for this for hours.
There's
I mean,
a 9 in there.
Insane.
Hey, there's a 10.
It's a 10.
Cozzolino got a 10 for that front side 360. And at the end of it, just the way he came out of it. I mean, I reckon they gave him that because of how much control he had. He was communicating to the crowd as he landed. If that's not control, then I don't know what is. That's what gives you a perfect 10.
Ridiculous.
Jeez.
And there you go, Camille just spinning. He must be happy with, it's pretty almost confirmed here. We're just waiting for final scores to come in, but I mean, look how well he rode there. He was intelligent because that double, I reckon the key moment was that double front row, and that is horsemanship there. Both of them know they gave a show. They're so happy. Smiles left, right, and center. Amazing riding from both of these guys and just showing the possibilities of these sports. He's going to try and jump up, and there we go.
This is the strapless freestyle tour that we know and love. This is what
go.
it's all about. Come on, boys.
Awesome. This is friendship above all, and yeah, amazing riding from both of those. I mean, looking over there, that heat, Jim, what do you reckon the key points were there for both riders?
Well, as we've seen from Camille all the way along, as I think I mentioned halfway through, is he hasn't changed the speed and tempo of his riding throughout, from the first heat of the single elimination through to the final. He had a game plan. It was go big and be technical. We've seen him in the last 3 months particularly go from what has been a very, very explosive rider with not 100% landing ratio by any means, but he's cleaned all that up. The hairdryer wins of Prea no doubt help. Local knowledge helps. This is his home spot, and it's just been an exhibition of really, really clean riding. He didn't have individual higher trick scores than Airton, but Airton was putting everything on the line, and that's the only way we know how to ride. The only way that he knows how to ride. Check this highlight reel out.
It's amazing. I mean, both of these guys doing so well, and like you said, Camille has improved hugely, hometown, home knowledge, but still really going to higher heights than we've ever seen him, and to get, no matter what happens in this heat, and it looks like we're almost there by being official with this live scoring. Airton has to be happy with his performance, because if you're going to lose, it would be with a heat like that. Your 10.0 trick with that shifty free. Then you have Camille, intelligent enough, probably going on a high, having that double front roll in the early stages of the heat, allowed him to concentrate on other stuff to come through and pull out a win by nothing, skin of his teeth. But I mean, when you're going up against Airton Cozzolino, it's never going to be a huge margin. And amazing riding from both of us, and just showing us how far this sport has progressed and what these two riders and the riders of the strapless world can do.
Yeah, it worked out best for the neutral spectator, didn't it, with Camille winning the single yesterday and forcing Airton to beat him twice. It looks like he didn't manage to do it, but Airton, you can't be disappointed when you've scored a 10 in your heat and racked up tricks the way that he did, just looking a little bit wild on that one. But that's what Airton does, manages to stay on his feet when everything's going a bit pear-shaped. Camille never looked out of control, was very solid, stable, back roll looking good. There's the two variations, one with a rodeo, one without. Just, you can see there talking to him. Is this the 10?
Look at that. I mean, no, that's the first one he missed, and that was good as itself. But I mean, when we get the replay of that second was amazing. Front shove it, nice. Doesn't even blink. He's happy with that one, claiming it. You know Airton's on a roll. Camille keeping cool and complex. He's up against one of the hardest riders in the world, and proved himself here at his home ground. I mean, he has his family on the beach. His grandma came all the way from France. He must be happy. This is one of the best moves of it. Look at that. How he stays on it. Says hi to the guy. Eat it. Goes around. Pops it. He's amazing.
And here we go with Camille going into the 2. He could have made it a 3. He didn't need to. Looks like he's won already. We'll be back with confirmation. What a heat. We will see you in a moment.
Second and first, so I want to see the crowd getting nuts here. Oh my Lord. We're going to go first. First place, Airton Cozzolino. Second place, Camille Delannoy. All the kudos for these guys. Such a warriors. Cozzolino, Camille, ça va?
Losing in a single elimination was so hard for me, because that wasn't a day, because I know I was feeling so tired. I wasn't on me. That's why I was falling. And then the next day I go to bed like super early to try to think all the mistakes I did. And then today I come back stronger, and I did the best, and I get it. And can't wait, you know, all the riders is super strong. They motivate me, you know. Every year they're getting stronger, so it's getting harder. So I have to go for it. I have to train it more, get new tricks. Otherwise, it's gonna be crazy.